AI isn't coming for your job. It's already here. And it's not just the low-skill workers' jobs who are at risk. It's accountants, it's designers, it's strategists, it's business people from all over the world. So what happens to entrepreneurs and business owners when AI and technology does your work better, faster, and cheaper? That's the question that Daniel Susskind answers in A World Without Work. It's not a doom and gloom prophecy, but it's like a roadmap for humanity, and especially you as a founder, to be able to navigate a world where human labour is no longer the centrepiece. Let's get to it. Daniel Susskind is the real deal. He's like a legitimate source of knowledge when it comes to AI. He's not like your typical AI influencer giving you all the scary AI's taking your jobs and here are some trends and here are some prompts in AI. He's not like that. This guy is a researcher at King's College London. He's like on ethics and AI committees at Oxford University. This guy is legit, and he has written so much stuff when it comes to the future of work. He is an expert on this. His last book was called The Future of Professions, and it took a look at how some of the former untouchable industries, such as like medicine, law, and education, are now being taken over by technology. So A World Without Work zooms out even further. It's not about robots replacing humans tomorrow, but it's taking a look at what happens to the world when the demand for human labour keeps falling, even though technology keeps advancing. So for entrepreneurs, that's not just an economic shift, it's a complete identity shift, because what happens when you've spent your life producing this identity where you are the expert, the worker in something, but now suddenly machines can just outperform you in every level. So one of the reasons I really love this book, as I said, is because the guy is legit. He backs it up with all the science and all the research that he's done. He's not just spouting things as a scaremongering tactic. He also loves using chess as an example. There's so much stuff in chess where engines have come in now and completely changed the game of chess. He also even mentions poker too, so I absolutely love it because he uses two of my loves in this and uses them as examples to show how AI and engines are changing the games such as like chess and poker. And with chess, he uses all of the different examples with Deep Blue and Alpha Zero and all that sort of stuff, and he actually just like, talks about, you know, Demis Hassabis and all the different influences in this area. So I really love it because it really touches to home, but it shows you the level of depth he's going into. He's not just talking about AI taking your jobs, but it shows you in different areas of the world how AI has managed to replace humans in certain aspects. But the question is, are they actually better than humans? And, you know, do we not still need humans to be able to operate it? So there are several different lessons I learned from this book, in addition to it being just a really great read. So I'm going to give you my 4 biggest takeaways from this book. So Susskind doesn't claim that jobs will just vanish overnight. It's saying that technology will gradually chip away at tasks within jobs instead. So for founders, that doesn't mean that your value will just disappear in one big bang, but it will dissolve slowly if you don't pivot. And you need to evolve with the speed that technology is going at. And as I said, it's about tasks. He's mentioning that it's those routine tasks, the ones that, you know, you can do without thinking, that are the ones that are being chipped away at. But, you know, if you're able to do bigger picture stuff and you're able to contribute so much more than just being a task rabbit, then your job isn't a risk. You actually have added value. If you can show things like emotional intelligence and, you know, using your initiative and things that AI will never be able to do, then you can protect your job. So by reading this book, you put yourself in a position to kind of predict what the future holds and be able to have yourself at that advantage to preempt what the future looks like. So when machines take over, we don't just lose income, we actually lose our purpose. Founders often confuse busyness with value. So when tech can automate what you do, you need to start thinking why you do it and how you can contribute beyond those tasks. Going back to lesson number 1, like I was saying, is that your routine tasks are being replaced, but how do you add value? And actually you need to go back to think, Why are you doing these things in the first place? What is the real value that you offer to people? And I think that so many people, so many founders, so many like agency owners I've seen in my industry, they often end up being a commodity because they are just doers. They're not offering anything else in the mix. And this was fine several years ago, but now when AI is coming in, you're not really giving them a reason to pay your premium retainer when you've got AI you can do it at a fraction of the cost and a fraction of the time. Once upon a time, expertise was our ultimate defense. But now, AI and automation can democratize information way faster than we can learn it. So your edge isn't in what you know, but it's in how you think, how you interpret ideas, and how you connect things. That's where humans really win. It's that connection, and it's that thinking outside the box and being really, really innovative with your thoughts. So this is what we have to do. We actually have to become more human now in order to be able to survive in a world of AI. So AI is exceptional at solving well-defined problems. However, it's terrible at defining what problems it actually needs to solve. So this is what I was talking about when I was saying that entrepreneurs need to be proactive. A lot of the time, AI is just reactive. So if you would be able to be proactive and identify problems and almost be prophylactic with it and stop problems before they're happening, this is a major benefit that people want in their companies. And that's something that AI can't really do very well at the moment. So entrepreneurs who can spot new opportunities and frame the right questions, or are using the right data, the information from AI and all the tools out there, if they can combine all those things with their human touch as well, they're the ones who are going to thrive in this economy. So if you want to survive in this industry with AI only getting faster and stronger, and as you heard, OpenAI have released now AI agents, everything's getting more sophisticated. So if you really want to survive in this fast-paced technology world, then you need to protect yourself. And here are some things that I would like you to try. So number one is I want you to audit your value. So what I mean by this is I want you to list the top 5 things that make you money. Then I want you to look at them and think, can AI do this faster and cheaper? Because if so, there's no point competing with a machine. You need to up your value. How can you go up the value chain and provide more to the client without just being someone who's going to try and reduce their rates and work quicker and burn themselves out when the machine can do the job just as well? So number 2 is to invest in adaptability. So the winners aren't the most skilled, but they're the most flexible. So you need to build systems that let you pivot quickly, retrain fast, and test new ideas without all the big overheads. So number 3 is to double down on the human edge. You need empathy, you need trust, creativity, you need storytelling. These are the things that AI can't replicate. Make them part of your brand and part of your client experience. So number 4 is to build for leverage. So you need to focus on creating assets like content, IP, framework, that sort of thing. These are the things that can scale even when you're not actually working. That's how you stay relevant and free. So I would say you've got to read A World Without Work by Daniel Susskind. If you're a founder, an entrepreneur or executive, watching how AI kind of is reshaping your industry and you're wondering how you can stay ahead. It's not one of those fear-mongering books, but it's a wake-up call. It's challenging you to think less about protecting your job, but more about how to reframe your value in a world where human labor is not really necessary anymore. So my 3 recommendations for this book review, if you like this book, are The Future of Professions, obviously by Daniel and his brother, Richard Susskind as well. And as I said, they talk about technology dismantling those industries which were previously thought of untouchable. Very, very interesting read. So the second book is AI Superpowers by Kai-Fu Lee. And this is like a deep dive into the 2 biggest global markets, China and the US, and how they're kind of shaping AI and technology and what that really means for entrepreneurs. And the third book is The Second Machine Age by Eric Brynjolfsson and Andrew McAfee. So this one just explains how digital technologies are driving massive inequalities and what we can actually do about it. So automation is not the end of work. It's the end of unexamined work. And this is what this book talks. So if you're building a business in 2025, your job is not to fight against the machines. It's to design a life and business around them and how you can utilize them to your advantage. So please tell me in the comments, do you think that AI will take your job, or will it just make it easier?